Today I'm going to talk about how to fix bottle aversion. By the end, you will know exactly what to do to help your baby recover from bottle aversion. So stay till the end. Bottle aversion is caused by linking negative feelings to feeds. And that means the bottle, the feeding position, and the feeding process. To solve bottle aversion, to fix it, we need to do the opposite and link positive feelings to feeds. And that means the feeding position, the bottle, and the feeding process. Before we start working on these, there are a few things that need to be right, to be in place, because you can do all the right things, but if the bottle is not right, if the flow is not right, if your baby is still experiencing negative feelings like pain, pressure while feeding, then it's not gonna work. So here's a checklist what to check before you get started. Number one, and the easiest, is to have the right bottle. How do you know you have the right bottle? Your baby can latch on properly. Now, how can you tell your baby is latched on properly? Let me show you. Here's a bottle. So if your baby is latched on properly, then your baby's mouth is covering this whole part, and as your baby is drinking, he stays on this part. If your baby comes off, loses suction, and you hear like kissing sounds like, or you see that your baby is losing the suction, he can't or she can't stay on continuously while drinking, then your baby can't latch on the bottle properly. The easiest way is to change the bottle. Your baby may have issues in the mouth, but not necessarily, and even if they do, you may not have to do anything with it. So change the bottle. I like this bottle. I'm not an affiliate, but I like this bottle called Lenzino Mama Bottles because of the shape is nice and round. It's a very soft texture. Babies like it. You could try this or any other bottle that your baby can stay latched on. This is important. The second most important is you have the right bottle your baby can latch on, but now the flow has to be right. If the flow is too fast, which is a common issue for babies who struggle with feeds, who have bottle aversion, the flow is too fast because you start struggling, you think, oh, maybe the flow is too slow, you size up, or your baby reached that age that is recommended to size up, and then it becomes too fast, and in the first few days your baby is doing well, likely taking more, you're happy, oh my god, my baby is drinking more, but after a day or two things start to get worse, and you may even forget that you sized up and things got worse. Then you just keep trying with the fast flow and it doesn't work. How do you know the flow is too fast? The milk is dripping out on the side, or you can just listen how your baby is drinking. Do you hear a rhythmic breathing and swallowing while your baby is drinking, or it's more like all over the place and your baby pops off often, maybe starts crying after started drinking a few sips, or going on and off often, turning their head, coming back, trying to control the flow. If your baby feels out of control with the flow, they won't be able to recover. Find the right flow, and if you think the flow is too fast, or you could just try slow the flow down just in case, because if the flow is too slow, your baby will be calm, drinking continuously for a long time. They may not be able to drink a lot, but you can tell that, okay, the latch is fine, the flow is too slow, then you go back up. But it may just fix the issue. You don't even need to work on the aversion part because it's not a real aversion. It's just your baby can't control the flow. It's too fast. Because I did the same when I had my daughter. I went by the flow chart that I found for my baby's bottle, And I sized up when she reached that age, and sometimes it was too fast. I had no idea about any of the things I talk about today. I learned that with her. So the flow was too fast, but then she got used to it. And other babies may get used to it and then others don't. So if the flow is too fast, your baby can't recover. So get the right bottle, the right flow first. Milk is rarely the issue. Very rare it happens, but most of the time it's not the issue. It's either the bottle and the flow plus the aversion. So you may have fixed by just the right flow, but if not, then here's what to do next. Now you're ready to link positive feelings to the feeding position, to the bottle, and the feeding process. The feeding position is an easy one. Change the feeding position, not the room, the position. So most babies are being fed in the cradle position. So instead of just going to another room and keep the cradle position, you change the position itself. If you're feeding in a cradle position, then it's best to find a position that is outside of your arm so you can slip back to the old position. Second, link positive feelings to the bottle. But first, if you don't know if your baby has bottle aversion or not, and you want to find out, I have a free quiz that takes 30 seconds to see if your baby has bottle aversion or not. You have to answer a few questions, and then you will know at the end if it's bottle aversion or something else. The link is in the description below, and it will be somewhere here on the screen too. So next is link positive feelings to the bottle. I have a process called Joyful Reconnecting Process, which I'm not gonna go into here, but you can just play with the bottle outside of feeding with an empty bottle throughout the day for a few days to associate more and more positive feelings to the bottle. And don't play with the bottle while feeding. So we don't want to distract the baby. We want the baby to focus on feeding, be calm, and eat. Boring, no distractions. So this is outside of feedings. You can play with the bottle. With my process called Joyful Reconnecting, you can do this in 7 minutes. But if you don't have my program, then just play with the bottle throughout the day to link positive feelings to it. Then comes the feeding process, and that takes a few days. So changing the feeding position, changing the feelings to the bottle, these are quick, but the feeding process, that takes a few days. Most babies recover within 3 to 5 days. So that's how long it takes to link positive feelings to the feeding process. And one big part of linking positive feelings to the feeding process is to not pressure your baby. Another one is to don't offer too often, but offer enough times. I find that offering 3 times at each feeding attempt is the sweet spot. It's not too many, it's not too few. It gives your baby enough opportunities to drink and take a minute or two breaks in between offers. And then your baby should be over the aversion within a week. So this is how you fix bottle aversion. If you need help fixing your baby's bottle aversion, please find the link somewhere in the description under this video, and I have different programs to help you depending on your needs. But I hope this video is enough to help your baby. If it is, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.